where Charleston White comes from. Every time I see Charleston White, I always feel like I'm not sure where he came from. You know what I'm saying? But listen, he was ready to give her a woman brace.
Wanted to wrap you in my warm embrace, and I make it last forever, babe. I catch a glimpse of it.
Joe!
I'm telling you right now.
Gonna get to it. Feeling what you rose is a real nigga activity.
Look at everybody's face. Look at Ben the Don's face. Yo, everyone is genuinely impressed. The facial expressions in this shit is crazy. Okay, first and foremost, the kind of woman that gets picked up in a room full of niggas, like, no disrespect, but we all have a part to play in this thing called life. And one of the issues that we have is that, yo, we have to really stop the era, the behavior, the ideology of believe all women. Because we done got to a point where we believe non-credible women. And again, ain't nothing wrong with being a 304 as long as you know you're a 304. So this right here is a paid 304. And again, that's her business. That's her actual business. This is indeed an actual sex worker, has an OnlyFans where she on again her cheeks clapped. And you all already know, if a girl got an OnlyFans, 9 times out of 10, you were able to book her for a fee. All right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's her business. But we know, and maybe some of y'all don't know, sex workers are always in the center or around or adjacent to criminal activity because they are more closer to the underworld and they're able to meet these guys more. The kind of girls that be having fake bodies and whatnot and the lashes and shit like that, those be the same kind of girls getting locked up on these body cams, shoplifting, getting caught up in sex trafficking, getting caught up in stealing, fraudulent activity. Like, I should show y'all a story, but I'm not going to do it right now. But bigger than that, we have to respect. I never knew that Charleston White. I never knew Charleston White was this strong. Now, for all the youngins out there, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot, if Charleston White could lift that woman up, I don't think I could lift her up. My knees buckled seeing her pick this girl up. I'm sorry, seeing him pick the girl up. My knees buckled. My feet got flatter watching him do this shit. I'm already flat-footed. Trying to pick up Gracie Bond, and listen, I could deadlift over 200 pounds. Trying to pick up Gracie Bond with no handles, the way he did, fam. It would take a nation of millions to knock down Charleston White. Listen, hold on. We gotta give him a sound effect or something. Hold on, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Now he a decent man. Fuck it.
I'm a decent man from the city of demons. Niggas be scheming. Niggas be shooting.
Okay.
That was some unreleased train.
He pulled his back.
Oh shit.
You see he pulled his back? Woof. Oh my god. That's the adrenaline right there, boy. He almost had a heart attack. But anyway, so this is Gracie Bond. So this is all good fun. So Gracie Bond has gone viral, right? She was doing an interview, mostly in Spanish, and I'm going to go into show this part right here. So in the interview, she's being interviewed in it's a Spanish-speaking show. She's speaking Spanish, and what she's basically speaking to is that, all right, well, you know, I was messing with Drake, and I've been messing with Drake since 2020. I met his mother, I met his son, so on and so forth, right? That's what she says in the interview. And basically, she's doing what all women do when shit go left, especially if you have a reputation, right? And this is what I mean. Women who come from that cloth, as y'all can see, through time and space, these kind of girls have no issue, have no problem. Hold on a second.
And the same be.
They have no issue, no problem with ruining your whole reputation. All right. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Shit not adding up. Now, Aiden Ross being a young boy. Now, mind you, so that stream you guys saw, that was a stream that had Aiden Ross on that. No, so that was the Aiden Ross stream. During that stream, Drake calls or Aiden Ross calls Drake, and he says, "Listen, I'm a cinch. I'll plane." He said, "Bring Gracie Bond too." So first of all, the way that he asked for her to come through. Now, here's what probably happened. He probably had smashed before, right? And she probably was looking forward to spending time with him. Because you're going to tell a story about how she got on a plane with him, right? And she was in London for 5 days, all expenses paid. They had a room and everything like that, right? And she tells a story about, now again, women rarely tell the whole story. She said she was blackballed. Now, mind you, blackballed means that someone has made several phone calls and made it known that if they deal with you in any capacity, that their business relationship will be over with that person. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if it was Drake, right? For Drake to blackball you, that would mean that he's called people and told them not to work with you, right? And maybe blackball wasn't the word. So the story is that she came to London and she says herself that, he didn't really give her any attention. She confirms that they did sleep together, but when she was there, basically nothing happened, right? And I'm going to give more context to what I think probably went on, and this is just the highest level. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, like I said earlier in the episode, I need to go back to that episode that I recorded where I had the receipts. That picture of her with that engagement ring is down. All right. I could have swore I see her on Instagram with a dude, and there was a dude. I think her man was with her on that stream. And I was thinking, like, I remember how I was like uncomfortable watching this shit. I'm like, oh, is that Gracie Bond? Yo, she got a man. She has a boyfriend or one of those, right? But she was in a relationship. I could be wrong, but it seemed as though on her Instagram that she was in a relationship. So, it went viral that Gracie Bond was asked to get on the jet, and she went with them to London. Now again, if a rich man is putting you on a jet to come to where he at, you know what time it is, right? So she gets there one way or the other. Somehow they don't link up. But if I'm correct, right, that would mean that she tried to cash out, tried to level up on her old man or the dude she with now, thinking that I can either get back with Drake or this is my opportunity to get around Drake, right? And it was all for naught. So in her mind, being as though she's given the opportunity to speak on Drake, what she does is basically try to allude to some funny business. And she says basically that the only party that she could go to, right, was a party that wound up being a Drake party and whatnot. And she said she did get in, but when she was there, what she saw made her so uncomfortable. And she basically alluded to, she says, basically, I think they asked her, was he around other women? And she says, well, if you can call them that, people automatically wanted to run with, either he's messing with a man, messing with a tranny, or an underage girl, right? Even when I'm repeating it out loud, right? What she probably was speaking to was, I thought those girls were ugly. I thought those girls were beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Or I felt like, well, more than likely they were some girls that were in shape, right? So more than likely on some rich nigga shit, because you gotta realize that, this has been a thing that's been going on for a super long time. In his mind, right? He saw her on that stream and said, you know what? I might want to sample them cheeks while I'm in London. And somehow shit fell through. Now, Aiden Ross knows what's going on, and he's reacting to the interview and everything. And Drake hops in the live chat to comment on these statements made by Gracie Bond in terms of them having an on and off relationship since 2020. Her knowing his family, this and that. She called Aiden Ross a gringo. Aiden Ross doesn't know what the gringo is. So we all finna learn a few different things. All right. And so you see Drake's correspondence right here. So you see him saying Big Cat, Gringo has me dying, huh? LOL, Gringo, whoa, just me and you, blackballed is crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and play it. My bad, y'all.
Gringo named Ada Ross.
El problema estuvo en que después de eso hubo un stream
There's a
con
stream
un
with a
gringo
gringo
que
named
se
Ada
llama
Ross. Whoa. What is a gringo?
What's a gringo?
What the fuck is a gringo? That means I'm a white boy, right? Who does this torta think she's talking about like that?
Talk to him, Aiden. Decent man right there.
I'm a decent man from the city of demons.
All right, let me see. Gringo named Ada Ross. You could have just said Ada Ross. You could have just said Aiden. It was Nelk too. Let's see.
Ajá. Entonces invitó a todos los que estaban ahí, todo, o sea, yo me quedé como que esto no es la persona que yo admiraba, no es la persona que yo hablaba, entonces ya
Back all this crazy.
ahí se murió todo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You must have a like really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. You might just have this really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, listen, bro. You know I'm your boy.
Pause. Super duper pause. Hold on, man. Hold on. First of all,
He's been stealthing women.
you know what I mean?
Like taking the condom.
If you can talk about my career, then I could talk about your life. Yes, and it
Like,
should
you know I
be.
can talk to you like that, bro. You gotta think about it, chat. Like the fact that somebody is lying and like on live television like this, bro, is crazy. Chat. She is lying because she didn't get fucked. I'm gonna be real. That's
If anyone knows what happened in London, it's gonna be Aiden Ross. Okay, Drake flew him out to London, so Aiden Ross was there. I gotta realize too, for the old niggas out there, this is one of the biggest streamers in the world, one of the richest streamers in the world. Okay, these young niggas are making millions of dollars to the point where he free this nigga that became friends with Drake. He's so goddamn rich. You understand? But it's a really dangerous thing that we got into this era that we're coming out of believing all women. Because when I heard Crimson Cure phrase it this way, she said, y'all have to stop believing in women's stories. When women tell stories, they rarely ever make themselves sound bad on purpose. They're never going to make you feel like, God damn, well, you took an L. They're going to always tell the story in a way where, you see them as the victim or you see them as coming out on top, right? But they're never going to try to make themselves seem untrustworthy on purpose or seem stupid on purpose, right? And not only that, women don't like to speak to what their actual position is in life and who they are in life. All right? More than likely, again, being a bigger girl and whatnot. Now, again, a lot of guys who are nasty boys, myself included, are going to see a girl like this and say, she's amazing. Now, mind you, in that video below, I had a hard time accepting that was her. I did not know that's how she looks with no makeup. She is a complete. Now, mind you, I understand that it's low definition, but god damn, she looked mad different with no makeup, yo. But anywho, but Aiden Ross spilled the beans, right? Which was that, yo, she was there for Drake. It didn't work out. It fell through for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And there's some resentment there, right? And basically, more than likely, what happened was when she did run into him, and she was waiting to see him. When she did run into him, he was with some bitches that were way better than her. Okay, they may not want to tell you this and whatnot, but again, this is one of the reasons why women hate and love men with options at the same time, right? Because, and this is something that, yo, if you were, even as a regular guy, if you were a guy that girls find attractive, that means that, yo, you can always find 10 to 100 girls in your area who are of the same level of attractiveness who also like you. Much less you being rich or successful, right? Another thing, too, is, you know, in her mind, she felt like, all right, well, most men, if they call for me, I'm at least going to get smashed. The girl she probably seen him with, they probably was in shape, probably had flat stomachs, and they probably was about half her size. What the way he looked at her was that, listen, I've seen before. I would like to sample that, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put you on ice, and when I'm ready to come get you, I'm gonna come get you. But somehow that shit ain't happen. You know what I mean? But anyway, so Drake apparently has a reply to these allegations and everything, saying it's not true.
really all it is. You got sent on a private jet with hotel suites in London for you put up no money. She probably didn't get fucked.
Because I always respected your hairline.
And I get it. Bro, if Drake puts you
Your
on a
body.
jet and doesn't fuck you,
If
I'd be
you
mad
love
too.
me, let me get your body.
Alright, that was weird. You know what I mean? If I'm a girl, obviously, bro. Y'all know I'm straight.
Cap.
But y'all get what I'm saying.
I accuse you of capping.
No, con todo el mundo, pero
That was
no
crazy.
pasa. Pero
Anywho, so that's the interview in question, man. So let's go, man. So I'm gonna leave that shit right there, bro. I think that's all we gotta talk about for the time being, man. UMG, y'all stupid to crazy lows. I never thought y'all could stoop so low. All right, you're trying to use the I don't know what to even call her. I mean, I can't even think about a joke good enough to even describe Gracie Bond. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.